Everdell Spirecrest Collector's Edition. First of all, I would like to thank one of my subscribers for sending me this copy. This is an expansion to the Everdell game, and I want to thank him very much for sending me this box, or this game, to unbox, and I appreciate it. And we're going to take a look at some of this contents, and let's get to it. The box itself is glossy, and it also has kind of like a raised lettering here, and of course the artwork is really nice. The artwork for Everdell, the game, the original game, is very nice with these beautiful paintings of the animals, and it looks so epic on the drawing here. So as the same with this expansion pack, you can tell the artwork is very similar. Take a look at the back. So as you can see here, this is the original game, part of the original game, the board, and then this expands upon that original board. And this collector's edition has 9 discovery cards, 3 big critters, 4 saddles, 6 moles, 6 owls, and 6 lizards, 3 frog ambassadors. And then you can see some of the other components that come with the expansion. Alright, so here we're greeted with the Sterling Games catalog. Then we have the Everdell Spirecrest rules of play. And then here we have the collector's edition's contents. And then here we have the board, and it's protected by this foam here. Alright, and here's the board. It's folded in half. Alright, and there's the board. Pretty nice looking artwork. And if we look at the other side, it's just brown. So we have all of our different critters. Here we have some of the hairs, and these are pieces of wood. They feel really nice, and they're really good looking pieces. They're cut out pretty nicely. They're not chipped or cracked. And there's a bunch of different colors. We have orange, red, lime green, dark green. So there are a lot of options for these pieces. Here we have a few of the frogs. They're nicely cut out. You can see the individual fingers here, and they're not chipped. They're really good. Nice wooden pieces. All right, so here we have a bunch of the critters. This looks like a fox. This is an owl. We have a lizard and a mole. And again, they're really nice looking pieces. And we have a bunch of them here. And then we have these big critters. We have a moose. We have a bear. A billy goat, maybe? I don't know. Some kind of bird. What is that, a rhino? I don't know. And then we have a fox, or no, a wolf. That one's pretty cool. Another bird. A vulture, or I don't know if that's a vulture. I might be botching these names, but you get the idea. These are big critters. And then we have the saddles. The saddles go on the big critters, and then you can put little critters on them. So let's get the wolf. There's a saddle on the wolf, but it seems that you can just slide the critter in here. I feel like I'm doing this wrong, so maybe I shouldn't be doing it with this one. Maybe I should read the manual. The struggle was real, my friends. I was having a hard time trying to put the small critters onto the big critters, but I had no idea why I was having such a hard time, but I eventually figured it out. Okay, so it goes in there, so it seems like maybe if it's not clipped onto the big critter, then it might be easier to just slip in there. Yeah, so it's maybe because it's the first time, it's a little hard to put in there, but there you go. Now it's sitting on the big critter there with the saddle. Once I clip it onto the big critter, it does stay on pretty well. I'm putting pretty high pressure here to try to slide out the critter, and it does not come out, which is good. It is well placed in there, so it's definitely a good design where it keeps the small meeple attached to the saddle and to the big meeple. Alright, so let's take a look at some of these cards. Alright, so here are the cards. Now these cards are really nice. Wow, they feel really good. They have like this gloss finish, but also has like a linen texture, vinyl texture to the card. Feels like waterproof. Alright, so let's go through these cards. As you can tell, the artwork is really nice on these cards. I really love some of these cards, like this waterfall here, or the desert. I mean, the artwork is great, and the cards feel really nice too, really high quality. So definitely does not disappoint in that area. So it's very satisfying. But unfortunately, for some reason, I lost the footage of the rest of the cards. But looking through the internet, you might be able to find the artwork and the details of some of the other cards. So even though these cards definitely feel durable, I would still want to sleeve these just because they're so unique. You know, every card is different, and I wouldn't want to have any bent corners on these cards, especially because it's a collector's edition. I would definitely want to sleeve these and protect them as much as I can. Over time, you know, with wear and tear, and the oils from our skin will deteriorate paper. So even though this has some kind of coating and it's probably a vinyl finish on the cards, it will last longer. However, for me, I would definitely sleeve these. These are nice looking cards. Alright, so these are the collector's edition's contents. Some of the components that it includes based on this rule sheet. Well, part of the components is this rule sheet. But then we also have the 9 discovery cards. So there's 3 there, 3 there, 3 there, which include the Corleander, which is this bird here, the Firebeak, Tessel's Laboratory, Bellsong City, Cave of Dancing Lights, Star Weavers, the Truffle. Who knew that's a truffle? Prospector, and the Mountaineer. And then you have your 4 plastic saddles and your spare. And then you have 18 critters. You have 6 owls, 6 lizards, and 6 moles. Those are moles. And then you have 3 frog ambassadors. And basically in the back of the rule sheet here, it explains those 6 discovery cards plus the big critters. Pretty cool looking components, and like I said earlier, the way these are cut out are very nice. They have good detail on these meeples. These are the components that come with the base expansion of Everdell Spirecrest. Alright, so here's the setup for the expansion. Now, this part here would attach to the base game, but I don't have the base game. But either way, this is a setup that is explained in the rulebook. And you'll have your weather conditions here, and then you'll have your discovery cards here. What I find pretty neat is that each weather condition matches the ground here. You can see the part of the board is faded where the card is supposed to go. And the cards match the artwork, so it kind of blends in to the board itself, the cards, which is pretty nice. So you would flip over this condition card, or this weather card, and then here along the path you have different map tiles that I guess you're all able to acquire. And then along the path here you can see different travelers. So here you have your foothills, here you have your peaks, and then here you have your ridges. And then each player would get one of these map tiles here. So this is the setup of the expansion. And even though I haven't had a chance to play this game, just looking at the components and looking at the artwork makes me want to play it more. Knowing some of the mechanics of the original game and then learning some of the mechanics in this game makes me more anxious to actually play this game. I hope you were able to find value in this video, and I appreciate you very much for taking the time to watch it. And again, I want to thank my subscriber for handing me his copy of Everdell so I could unbox it for everybody here. If you're interested in more board game content, go ahead and visit the channel.
Dun dun dun!